Hey guys, Andrew Murdoch here, and this is Blue Collar and Rich. Do you guys want to make some more money? Do you want to improve your health? Because today I've got Lisa Roth for you, and I'm super excited and pumped to show you guys this interview. I asked her a bunch of questions, and she's going to teach you, and she's going to show you how to make some more money, how to improve your health, and how to improve the health of those that you care about. I had a really great time interviewing Lisa. I'm super pumped to show you guys this stuff, so check it out. Okay guys, so we got Lisa Roth here. She's going to be teaching us about Juice Plus, and I'm going to give you guys a bit of an intro here. So Lisa Roth is a franchise owner with Juice Plus International. She also has worked as a registered nurse on a busy cardiac inpatient unit for the past 4.5 years. Her and her husband Jeremy live in the sunny Okanagan and are expecting their first child this December. She is passionate about educating people that their health truly is in their own hands. She says many people believe whether they develop an illness or not is solely up to their genetics, but that simply isn't the case. Our lifestyle choices play a much larger role. Lisa strives to help people understand what healthy truly means and help keep them from being a patient on her unit. With everyone's busy lifestyles, it only makes sense to look at side hustles that help improve your bottom line. Lisa is here today with us to share how to improve your financial situation as well as improve people's health as an added bonus. So thanks so much for being with us here today, Lisa. I really appreciate it. I'm sure the audience wants to learn more about these strategies that we're going to talk about today. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's jump right into the questions here. So I'm going to ask you here, why don't you take us back at the very beginning of your journey, and what were your first initial steps?
Well, it's kind of funny. I accidentally found this. I wasn't looking for a plan B at all. A friend of mine showed me the product and said simply I could get a discount if I signed up for the business, and that was it. I thought that would be the only thing. And then she showed me what she was doing, and I thought, oh, well, if she can do this, maybe I can do it. You know, if I can maybe trade my 12-hour shifts as an RN for making my own schedule and maybe working my own thing, maybe it's worth a shot. So thought I have nothing to lose, and I just dove right in.
Right on. I love it. Yeah, reducing your risk. And I think I haven't read the book yet, but there's a book called The Lean Startup, and there's a lot of talk these days about the MVP, the minimum viable product. So I love what you did there. That's awesome. So in what particular strategy were you drawn towards? Can you walk us through that?
Well, our business is kind of set up for us. You don't really have to look into a whole bunch of different strategies, which is really nice. It's laid out for you. And really, we're just all about sharing our experiences with the goal of helping other people with their own health and their wealth. And I really like that it's not very salesy. That's good. I'm not a salesperson. I wouldn't like that. And I do think a lot of us feel like we're kind of over-marketed to these days. So it was a really nice fit for me.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. I don't think anyone likes that feeling of being sold to. I think a lot of people like to buy things, but no one really enjoys that feeling, oh, I'm really getting sold to right now, right? So no, that makes a lot of sense. And after your initial success, what made you continue? What were you feeling at the time?
Well, I quickly had success in this business. It was very exciting. I recouped my initial investment and started making profit within the first 30 days, which blew me out of the water, but it turns out that's pretty standard with our business model. And once you kind of have that success so quick, it's hard not to keep going. And beyond that excitement, it was really good knowing, you know, my success meant I was having a positive impact on other people's health, and just helping other people, you know, like I said, understand what health really means and potentially keep them from being a patient on my unit.
Yeah.
That's always a good feeling. And just seeing what this company allowed other people to do, you know, stay home with the kids if they chose to, or make those mortgage payments if their spouse suddenly lost their job. Some people, you know, take their success and make the car payment or pay for that big vacation every year that they maybe haven't been able to go on in the last few years. Just seeing other people's success and knowing that I've helped them, that's what's going to keep me continuing on.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's powerful. I like what you said there, because it's all about creating options and choices for people. As soon as someone's painted into that corner and they're relying heavily on that one source of income from their job, it's precarious, isn't it? It's risky, because now you're putting all your eggs in one basket, and we've all been taught since grade school, that's a risky scenario, but so many of us find ourselves in that situation, that very same situation, right? So that's
Yeah.
powerful. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. So can you give us a quick overview of your business today?
Yeah, the company, simply, really what we're about is getting high quality, nutrient dense fruit and vegetables into people's bodies every single day. A lot of people don't understand the importance of that. And the company is privately held. They've got over 12 billion sales. We operate in over 20 countries around the world. And we have the most thoroughly researched name brand nutritional product out there. Pretty big claim there. It's awesome to be able to say that. And I really love with our business, our company, our mission statement is actually to inspire healthy living around the world. It's as easy as that. And it's really kind of neat because our business has taken sort of the best part of each industry. So you've got, self-employed, this is a home-based business, but I don't have to store any product. The company is the warehouse. They ship the product, they collect from my customers, they pay me, they even pay, give me a T4 at the end of the year. And just like a big business or, corporations, you have a great benefits package when you hit the top of the company. It's actually better than what I have as an RN. And then
Wow.
it's also sort of like, it's investing in the way, like it's franchise. So most people need a large investment to go start like a Tim Hortons or a Starbucks, right? That's a huge initial investment. But here it's $50 a year. That's what a lot of people spend on lunch,
Yeah.
and you can buy your own business and actually start investing in yourself. So it's really, the best of all worlds, I kind of think, what we have here.
I like that. That's a very low barrier of entry, and I
Yes.
think one of the reasons why so many people are afraid or intimidated about moving and transitioning into the business community is because they've already talked themselves out of it, because there's so many objections, there's so many aspects and stresses involved that they don't even want to attempt it. But it sounds like Juice Plus has really lowered the barrier of entry here, and I mean a $50 annual fee to start your own business and have a lot of these things handled for you, like sending you the T4 at the end of the year. That's fantastic. I mean, that just makes it a quite convenient and easy, and takes a lot of the load of that pressure off your lap. So that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Wow. And so, have you received any pushback since you've done this? Has anyone given you a hard time regarding this business?
Sadly, yes. Yeah. I think some people think, I'm an RN, I have a great job. I'm going to have a great pension one day. Why would I waste my time on something like this? And I agree. Yeah, I have a great job. I love where I work. I love my coworkers. I love what, with working with my patients, doing all that education piece. But, we do have a little one on the way. We're expecting our first baby in a few months. And if I don't have to work 12-hour shifts, night shifts, weekends, you know, I could potentially be missing out on a whole lot of firsts when this little one comes back, in a year when I have to go back to work. Having to pay somebody to look after that child when I go back to work versus something like this where, I get to pick my own hours, decide where I work, when I work. It kind of seems like a no-brainer for me, really, to try and give it a go. And I always think, I've heard this many times, we're currently working 40 hours a week for 40 years to end up with 40% of what really wasn't enough in the beginning. And doing that, the typical career isn't going to let me live the life of my dreams. So I'm going to give this a shot instead.
So true. Yeah, yeah. No, everyone has their why. Everyone has those motivations, and you clearly have some very powerful motivations right there. Right? You want to be able to have that freedom to be with your child's first, and not have to hire some third party person to come raise your children. Right? So I love that. And that's great. And so, what are some of the steps that you went through? What types? What tips would you give someone?
I really think belief in yourself is huge. You can have a roadmap put out in front of you, but if you don't believe that you deserve it and that you can do it, it's really hard to follow even the simplest blueprint. And I've heard it more than once. It's kind of funny. Many of the very successful people in our company have always said, This business is a personal development course disguised as a business. Personal growth is going to happen, and personal growth has to happen if you want to grow your paycheck, because it's a direct relation to how many people you've helped and how many people you've added value to their lives.
Yeah, I've heard that many times. You're definitely preaching to the choir on that one. That the income you make in this world is directly related to the amount of value you create and the amount of people you help. So I'm fully on board with you there. That's for sure. And what are the biggest challenges you see people coming across, and how do people find success in spite of those obstacles?
Um, I think the biggest challenges are people's list of excuses. And when you turn those excuses into a reason to do a business like this, you turn it into success. So I've heard people say, I'm too busy. And well, if you're too busy, because most of your day is chewed up with working for somebody else and you're trying to get all your stuff done around there, well, that's a reason to do this business. It's because it'll give you time freedom. If you're busy now, nothing's going to change. The next 5 years of your life are going to look a lot like the last 5 years unless you decide to make a change. Some people think, I don't know enough people for a network marketing or an MLM type business. And I can't speak for all of them out there, but I know with ours specifically, really you just need 5 friends to make it be successful in this business. And those 5 people each need to know 5 people, which I think most of us have 5 friends out there. And a lot of people think, oh, I didn't get in on the ground floor. It's too late. Juice Plus has been around for over 25 years now. But we know that only 1 in 10 people even know about Juice Plus. And in today's, market and what's going on out in the world, I think a lot more people are health conscious and they're more aware of making healthy choices and that they need to take their health into their own hands. This is the perfect product for that, and only 1 in 10 people have even heard of it. So it's the perfect time to get going.
Yeah, I like that. It sounds like you're not only supporting people's wealth and health. It's a double whammy. It sounds like a perfect situation to me, because if you're supporting someone's health, then inevitably you're actually reducing their health expenses that they would otherwise be experiencing later on in life. So now they're not spending money on those expenses, because now they're not experiencing that financial hardship due to an illness, and you're supporting their finances in a way because now you've increased or given them an additional source of revenue. I'm glad you touched on that, because I don't know, I find that sometimes people have a really the wrong impression of what MLMs really are. Too many people out there already form an opinion on what you're talking about before you've even said anything about it.
Yep.
And I have a little bit of experience with network marketing companies, not much. And I just, when I first heard about Juice Plus from you, I thought, well, this one actually sounds very different and very unique, in the sense that it's unfortunate that there's a lot of other companies out there that maybe have given people a bad taste in their mouths, and now they're painting all these companies with the same brush.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate, but I'm really glad you touched on that there. So right on. So was there a certain part of your journey that you would consider the toughest part? Was there a low point that you can share with us and maybe walk us through what you did to motivate yourself instead of trying another option?
I think we just really touched on it. Like there have been some lows, and I think a lot of it is family and friends, like you said, just kind of like shutting down, even when you want to talk to them about it. And they don't really understand what it is I'm doing or what I'm trying to share with them. They just hear that MLM, they got their hangups, and you've been shut down. And I find when people really do look at the industry, they start to open up to it when they start to fully understand it. And I think it's going to be the way of the future. I mean, brick and mortar businesses are closing left, right, and center. Like I said, we're being more health conscious. A lot of people are looking at trying to do things in a more sustainable way. You kind of cut out the middleman if you cut out that big box store. And I think people are also looking to, help out their friend, that small business owner. And all of these things are really becoming more mainstream. And I haven't had any like really low points that stick out for me. But when I am having a hard time or I'm kind of feeling a little bit down, I remember why I started this journey. What I want, what's my big outcome, what's my big goal, and it makes it a whole lot easier to kind of pick myself up and keep going with what I need to do each day.
Yeah, I like that, and I especially resonate with what you just said there about the brick and mortar businesses. On Blue Collar and Rich, I've posted content about this because Sears just recently announced that they closed 49 locations across Canada, and after that, it was announced that FedEx was completely pulling out of Canada. So we've got example after example after example of these brick and mortar businesses that are shutting down due to the Amazon effect or whatever you want to call it. And so people are out there losing their jobs and they're struggling and they're looking for opportunities and options out there. Are there any specific habits or activities that are part of your routine that you think have contributed to your success?
Definitely planning out my week. I've really come to realize that failing to plan is planning to fail. It speaks volumes to me. We're all busy people. I am doing this as part-time. I work full-time as an RN, so that's a pretty full schedule in and of itself. And, I know I want that time freedom, so I have to work when I can in those little stolen moments here and there. And if I've planned out my week and I find myself with, 15, 20 minutes on a break, I already have a list of things that I can kind of attack and do versus spending those 15, 20 minutes pondering, oh, I have this free time. What could I be doing with it? And by the time you think of something, your time's up. So really setting out every week what it is I want to accomplish and looking at the big picture, it's really helped.
Yeah, good point. That's really great advice for anybody watching this because there's so many time wasters out there. Marketing is very good at what they do, and things like Facebook or notifications or emails tend to flood our schedule, and you weren't very productive. You were busy, but you weren't very productive. We've all been there, and that's actually, I feel like that's a constant struggle for anyone that's trying to accomplish anything within their day, right? So yeah, no, I'm a big believer in that as well. Do you have any specific ways that you manage your business?
Really, it goes back to that last one. It's all about managing my time and myself, really. Because the company does everything for us, I mentioned, they ship the product, they collect from the customer, they do all that, the shipping and administrative and all the financial stuff. It's really just, managing me and my time. So I really like to write things down. I have a daily journal that I sort of look at my big outcomes that I want for the day, and I attach a bit of a to-do list to it, but I don't beat myself up if I don't get through every single item on that to-do list. As long as I accomplish the two that I kind of start at the beginning of the day and said these are the most important, I know I've made progress towards my big goal. That's really helped because I used to beat myself up. If I don't get all the things done on my to-do list, I felt like a failure. But as long as I'm making strides each day towards my big outcomes, I consider that a success. And just managing myself is the biggest thing.
That's powerful too. Yeah, I agree with you there. There's something motivating about crossing off something off your to-do list. I don't know, there's something about it that just makes me feel good that okay, I accomplished something. But I'm very much the same as you in the sense that if I didn't accomplish the more effective goals of the day, then I definitely can get down on myself as well. So I'm feeling you there. So is there anything that you delegate to others? Do you have assistants or freelancers? I'm very interested in outsourcing techniques and strategies. So this is a question that I was really looking forward to. Yeah.
Not yet. I think I'm not quite big enough maybe yet. I can imagine getting there. And really, if I were to delegate anything, it would really be the tasks in my own personal life that eat up the time that I could be putting towards my business. I love a house cleaner. Somebody to come cook my meals for me. Take care of my car. All those things, because really, that's just time I could be putting into my business, and my business is, it's a lot of coffee dates and going out for wine and just having fun, going on trips. And those aren't things I'm going to delegate out. So if anything, when I get there, it'll be just, taking over the things in my life to free up more time so that I have more time to work on the business and all the fun.
I like that. Yeah, outsourcing the cleaning and the cooking and all the things that take up way too much time but don't really have a lot of ROI associated with them, right? Like I like it. I like it very much. So this is a pretty cool question that I always enjoy asking anybody. So how has your definition of success changed over the years, and how did you define success at the beginning, and how do you define it today?
That is a good one. I think a lot of us, especially when we're younger, we see success as dollar signs. The more money means the more success you have. But now I realize, there are tons of people out there with tons of money, but they're tied to working long hours for it. So time freedom has become a large part of what I think success is. What good is having all that money if you don't have the time to enjoy it? If you don't get to set your own schedule every single day, that's sort of the ultimate goal for me. And that's really the big picture of success, is having the time freedom, but the money to go along with it and make it a lot more fun.
Yeah, I've heard that from so many people, and especially a lot of the people that I follow that I admire and look up to. I've found that anytime anybody achieves any level of success, they always come to the same conclusion that time is worth more than money, because you can always go out there and make more money, but you can't go out there and get more time. It's the one thing that nobody can buy back, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's powerful. All right, so wrapping things up here in a couple more questions. Are there any specific action steps for people out there to take right now to get them going in the right direction?
I think just making the decision, is this something that you want to do? Do you want to have more time freedom? Do you want to have more financial freedom? A lot of us are stuck in a job where we trade our hours for dollars, and that can only get us so far. So if you're wanting to live a bigger life and do more things, make that decision and just get out there and get going on it. There's lots of different ways where you can accomplish that. Start looking into what excites you and just make that decision and just get out there.
Take massive action. I like that. That's great advice. That's fantastic. And so my last question here for you, Lisa, is if anyone wants to learn more about you and get in touch with you, where is the best way they can find you?
There's a couple options, actually. You can check out our team website. It's epicjptribe.com. Or you can send me an email if you'd like. It's juiceplusnurselisa, that's all one word, @gmail.com.
Right on. Okay, guys, yeah, I'll make sure to link towards Lisa's information there in the description. Lisa, I can't thank you enough. I was really looking forward to getting your message out there and sharing this with the audience, because I think this is just going to empower people and give people more options to consider, because not only are you supporting someone's health, but you're supporting their wealth as well. And really, if what is the point of being wealthy and having all the money problems solved if you're sick in bed all day? Because your financial situation isn't going to be able to buy back your health too once it gets to a certain point. So they certainly go hand in hand, and taking care of yourself should be paramount, right? So this has been super valuable. I'm so glad that you were able to share this with everybody today. And yeah, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. That was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Take care. See you guys. If you guys enjoyed that interview I did with Lisa Roth, hit that thumbs up button, give me a like, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Maybe let me know what kind of interviews you guys want me to do for you in the future. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and don't forget to look in the description below for Lisa's contact details. Reach out to her for questions regarding Juice Plus. This company is doing amazing things for people's wealth and their health. Hopefully you guys found some enjoyment in this. Take care.